Today, on the Tom Kearin Channel, go ahead, doubt, spiral, overthink, and still manifest everything you want and desire anyway. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin Channel in studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the Tom Kearin Channel. Every spiritual teacher and guru has said the same thing since the beginning of time. Circumstances don't matter. Conditions don't matter. What matters? You do. I am. Your awareness of being is the only thing that matters. Why? Why is that such a persistent and dominant and powerful idea in the manifesting and reality creation and spiritual community? Because conditions and circumstances that are always changing don't create, don't manifest, and are not source of anything. Wow. You're changing emotions of thoughts and feelings. The changing circumstances and appearances of people, events, and circumstances don't create, don't manifest, and are not source of anything. That's why they don't matter. That's why your awareness, who you are the only thing that matters. You are the only thing that matters. Your own awareness, what you say, who you say you are, is all that matters. Wow. Yeah, sure, you're changing thoughts and feelings, as Abraham Hicks and other spiritual teachers point to. Could be this idea that they guide you to an assumption about yourself and your reality that's not your preference, that's negative. So if you have this sensation or this thought that appears negative, that could be operate as the idea of your emotional guidance system, as some spiritual teachers talk about. But even that idea is a bottom-up idea of creating and manifesting your own reality, right? This idea that you've got to manipulate and change and flip your thoughts and feelings. They are simply manifestations of who and what you say you are. That's why that's the only thing that matters. Wow. So those changing physical conditions of people, events, and circumstances, and those changing non-physical conditions of your thoughts and feelings don't manifest, don't create, and are not source of anything. You create it all. You are source of all of it. And we demonstrate this over and over again. One of you, we talked about this in a video, just a recent release of a video, where one of you had the thought, well, I'm running out of money, and decided, you know what? I am that person that I decide to be. I am source. I am the creator. So it would be nice to receive $1,000. This is where they're noticing the conditions and the circumstances of running out of money. And this person this creator even admitted that they had a thought as soon as they declared that it would be nice to be given $1,000. They had the thought that no one's going to give me $1,000. The thought, they probably even felt that thought, right? Just a random thought as soon as they declared what they wanted. But it means nothing because they've already decided, already chose to be that person they decided to be. And so what happened? Their uncle, who they haven't had any contact with, who had no idea that their nephew needed money, gave him $1,000 out of the blue. But it's never out of the blue, it's out of you. So remember, the changing emotions of thoughts and feelings, the changing circumstances of people, events, and conditions, the different processes and techniques to manifest and create your reality. They don't do anything. They're not source of anything. You are. Wow. You're all of it. That's the message. And we received a few emails, some of you sharing your stories of resonating with that idea that you've spiraled and you are in doubt. One of you talking about manifesting your ideal condominium without any savings, right? Any idea of how you would do that. Doubting it, spiraling, having all those thoughts, but manifesting it anyway. And they resonated with that recent video of the person that manifested $1,000 from their uncle. Yet we also received an email from one of you who railed against this idea. Said it doesn't make sense. He had a contrary intention. That would cancel it. But remember, that's your assumption. That's you seeing through the filter of non-fulfillment. Seeing through the filter of I am not that person I desire to be. So if someone else has a contrary intention, they shouldn't have manifested that. Manifesting makes no sense then. Remember, you don't manifest anything from out there. You manifest who you are. Who and what you're conscious of being. That's why it will never make sense to you as long as you're looking at yourself and reality through a filter of non-fulfillment, through a filter of I am not that person I desire to be, through a filter of it doesn't work, nothing works, a filter of looking for proof outside yourself. Because the changing emotions and the changing circumstances, the movement, as they call it, in the physical world, is not proof or evidence of anything. None of that's proof. The non-physical thoughts and feelings, the physical appearances of people, events, and circumstances or movement are not proof or evidence of anything. You are. That's why even the idea, which we talked about in a video that we just released, even the idea of no movement doesn't matter. Because nothing moves out there, you do. You're the evidence. You're the proof. So every time you declare and assume there's no movement, you create that reality, past, present, and future. There is no past where there was no movement. There's no future where it will move. It's all you here and now, deciding I am the only evidence and proof of the fulfillment of all that I want and desire. That's what that person did, that subscriber talking about the $1,000. That's what that other creator did with her condo. And many of you. Remember, that's the message today. That your changing thoughts and feelings don't create and manifest anything you do. That your changing thoughts and feelings are not source of anything you are. That those changing people, events, and circumstances don't manifest or create anything you do. That those changing people, events, and circumstances and appearances are not source of anything you are. That movement out there is not proof or evidence of anything because you're the movement. You're it. You're all of it. Wow. So go ahead. Overthink, doubt, spiral, and still manifest everything that you want and desire anyway. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin Channel and studios at Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you for being here. This was a big message today, right? And we've often talked about that idea that Neville Goddard says, that emotion, when I speak of the feeling of wish fulfilled, I do not mean emotion, but the acceptance of the fact that it is done, that it is fulfilled. That's what we're talking about today and every day. That it's not about anything changing out there. It's all you. Be sure to check out the Be Something Wonderful channel. We just released another big video in our Rediscovering Be Something Wonderful series, Throwback Thursdays. And we're going to have more content coming, as well as a live stream, a live event this month at the end of the month on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here on the Tom Kearin Channel. Until next time, we'll see you soon.